Hello there, I'm Aldrahill. Welcome back to some Victoria 2. We are playing Spain in HFM. It is 1851. We have solidified our Carlist goals, and we have the Spanish Nueva España, which is really excellent. And we are alive, which is even better. We don't exactly have a few soldiers here. And I've realized something in between episodes, that I have a risk of Jacobin rebels. And it's not a small amount of soldiers, so I hope we don't have to deal with that too soon. So we have now conquered this, and we have a little bit of infamy, and what I'm probably going to do now is I'm probably going to wait a little bit. Just a little bit, and see what happens. Because although we're, you know, great power number 7 and everything, one thing I really want to do is I would like to conquer Portugal. But to do that, I would have to fight the UK, and that's not easy. I need to have the UK embroiled in something else, and I honestly need to be way bigger and way stronger. At the moment, we just are not that at that point, so we're gonna need to keep building ourselves up. We can actually build some more soldiers now. We actually do have an increased max cap, which is great. But one of the things we need to consider is how we best expand through to Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador, and all of these powers. I do believe there are some CBs we can get for free later, but I'm concerned is that they're not going to be there for a while. So I'm actually considering invading Colombia now. For one thing, there's a lot of really good RGO. Well, not really good. They're actually kind of crappy. But, God, the cadence is really loud now. Because the audio is now working, by the way. Which is great, but it seems really loud. There is in Medellin, however, where the best part of Colombia is precious metals. And 120,000 people to work it. Meaning I could actually get quite a nice amount of stuff. And there's a little bit of coal, too. Peru is obviously a much better country in terms of resources, but it's still useful. So I think I am actually considering invading Colombia. But before we do that, we do need to consolidate our military. Make sure we have everything necessary. We're pushing intellectuals to try and get 4% so we can get factories together. We're also trying to encourage soldiers in Vasconia, Aragon. And it's going okay. We can actually get quite a lot more soldiers now, so I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm going to build a nice big pile of artillery in Europe, anywhere that has a high population already. So yes, it's going to just cost me more money, but I do need to keep building up my military. We need to keep this going. Eventually, like I said, we are going to have to fight Portugal, but I think we need to be much stronger before we can even consider fighting the UK. I mean, the thing is, the UK, we're actually allied with them. So if we could fight a war with the UK, and then we could fight Portugal. But unfortunately, they're allied to the Netherlands and Belgium as well, so I'd have to fight them. Neither are great powers or anything, but it's still an issue. They are still pretty strong. Hello, Magic Mike. What's up, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. Okay, now what is this hair? Come on. What are you doing here? Come on. You know what? No, we're going to knock it back. Much better. Look bold. Perfect. We've got functionalism for education efficiency. So I could now go to nationalism, imperialism. There you get an extra national focus. There's some plurality bonuses, and there's also a few decisions that are quite useful. There's also biologism. I'm actually going to get biologism because it's one of the most important techs for trying to deal with more education efficiency, because you can get Darwinism, and it is education efficiency plus 50%. All these others give 10%, whereas this gives 50 as an invention, meaning the total will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 90% educationalism, which is really good. Unfortunately, I'm only going to get a base chance of 2% plus 2% of genetics and hereditary. I don't have philosophy of language or impressionism. So we're going to go biologism. It's going to take a long time to do. And this is the problem, because I'm focusing so much on trying to build up my economy. I am not really building up my army. I'm not investing army tax. And until I do so, there is essentially no way for me to ever fight any other great power. They're going to be way too strong, because I am now behind on tech. I am going to start to catch up, definitely, but you know, it's going to take a little while. So we could actually try and destroy Morocco later on. We have a truce with them for 2 years, which is good. Very nice. Are there any other easier things we could get later on? So it's colonization of Fernando Po. We need nationalist imperialism for that. Can't do that. There's a couple of things like Sulu and stuff which we can get later on if we try and add people to our thing. Where is the nation of Sulu? That's a good question. Oh, there. Ooh, lame. Oh yeah, they're actually protected by us. What do you know? Great. Not that I really care. Alright. Colombia has actually been beaten up. Ooh, the Reconcentrado policy. To counter the ravages of Cuban insurgents, the Governor General issued a policy of forced removal of all citizens in the countryside to camps in the cities. This denied sources of supply and places of refuge for insurgent forces. Restore order, and the US will hate us. We also deal with quite a lot of militancy. So it's not great. Not great. It's not great. Nueva España is building up really nicely. They're actually starting to get some military. And they're starting, to invest in their own stuff. The Argentine Confederation is 1852. With Rosas unable to defeat the Entre Rios rebellion, General Cuesa has assumed temporary control. Meaning of liberals, they have drawn up a new constitution to the Argentinian constitution. What the province of Buenos Aires is displeased and vows to resist, while the former governor and president, Juan Manuel de Rosas, was forced to flee the country and is now exiled to the UK. Bartol Mitra assumed Buenos Aires in his stead. So we now have the, this is the Argentine Civil War. We have Buenos Aires, which is a presidential dictatorship. And then we have the Argentine Confederation, which is actually a republic. Again, doesn't really have a lot of bearing of us. Obviously, we're going to want to invade them later on. But for now, it's not really a concern. So who are these guys actually fighting? The Colombian-Peruvian War of Honor. It's actually just over Humiliate. So, it might actually be a pretty good idea to try and puppet these guys. Because the next big thing we want to conquer, the Viceroyalty of New Granada, is Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador. So Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador. So yeah, we need to get each and every single one of them. And we need to do that before the US does anything particularly spicy. Or at least we have to wait until other stuff happens. So it might be worth trying to puppet Colombia pretty early. So I think it actually would be a good idea to try and do that now. So we're going to try and puppet them. We might get a bit of infamy, but I think it's going to be worth it. Annoyingly, the Jacobins are 6.9% revolt risk, which is really not ideal. And of course, because we are reactionary, everyone's all kinds of pissed off. General Narcisco Lopez, native Venezuelan General Narcisco Lopez, was executed by Spanish colonial authorities in Cuba. He had landed with a small group of men trying to set a revolt that returned Cuba over to the USA. Uh-oh. But failed due to lack of support from the population, so the USA now hates us even more. Aren't they our allies? No, the UK are our allies, aren't they? Oh yeah, cool. So we are building forces, which is great. I think it might be a good shout to send some troops over to Colombia now. And again, the important thing to remember... Oh, discovered we gain 8 infamy. Lame. The important thing to remember is that our puppet will help us out. So it's not going to be a hard war. We do want to do this before anyone has any chance to ally with Colombia and stuff. Once America starts puppeting all these people, we're going to have to deal with some bad stuff. The other thing we might want to do is we might... So Venezuela is actually opposed to the US, as is Ecuador. But once that changes, we want to keep an eye on that, because if that changes, we're going to have a hell of a time trying to get these things. So grabbing Colombia first is definitely a good shout. Venezuela actually is cordial. So we're probably going to want to do that on the sooner side as well. I feel like there is events that give us this, but I don't know when they come. And I actually have played a couple years into the game, so I'm waiting to make sure that I can do it. And it's just not working, so what are you going to do? The war justification, we're almost there already. There's no way they have that many troops, honestly. Let's take a look. How many troops do they have? What's their name? Colombia. They have 18 brigades, which means they have 3 times 54,000 men, which is fine. That's not a big deal. So that means these guys will help us. What is this? What? Why have 2 ships arrived? Oh. My entire navy was killed. My entire navy was just killed because I sent them when they had no health left. Oh no. That's terrible. Okay. That's just truly awful. Okay. That's not great. So we're going to make them a puppet. We will call allies. They will accept, but the Netherlands will not. So we will just add that. It's always a good idea to call allies. In this game, you have to call allies. Otherwise, they get pissed off for some reason. Who knows? The Netherlands have not joined. Oh, shit. Who the hell are the UK fighting? No, nobody. Alright. Not really sure about that one. That's a bug. Okay. What? Why are they not joining me? Call ally. Yeah, of course you'll accept. You're my goddamn... You're my bitch. What the hell? I can't believe I lost my entire navy. Jesus Christ. Alright, this will help. And we're going to get Colombia real nice. Lee. And we keep going with the encouraging intellectuals. Slowly but surely. We're going to get the stuff that we need. Young Castile does have 4%. Let's take a look. So we're still too low really to consider industrialization just yet. I think another 3 years until we can consider it. Let's go to somewhere defensible. So Yativza is a good place to start. And the Cristianos have risen in Malaga and Granada. Okay. That's fine, I think. Let's build some soldiers. Maybe. Castells and Laguna. So yeah, we're gonna need to fight those guys. Annoying that we have rebels, but what are you gonna do? Oh, we already have Sulu as our thing. Never mind, what am I doing? We'll try and get Haiti for ourselves, which would be great. Get him! This should be an easy... Oh, the -3 because it's a mountain. Oh, dear. Oh, we still win because they're rebels. That's cool. They don't have artillery. Why does it only have 1080 quality instead of 720? It's because I'm not a partner. I'm unfortunate that I'm not a partner, I'm afraid. I'm doing this at 1080p because it's really useful for recording on YouTube. I do keep meaning to change it. I do apologize, my friend. Oh, and it looks like the two Sicilies and the UK have landed to help me obliterate my enemies, which is great. Unfortunately, in the next section, I'm not really going to get a lot of chance to do a lot of war because there's just too many big boys. Too many big boys. Now, my hope... I can't do that because they're in the sphere. Yeah, so I need to somehow... I need to basically get Haiti into my sphere, discredit the US, and then justify on them, and then declare war to full annex Haiti. God, that's gonna suck. See, we're doing good. This is a very easy war, and the UK is, here to help. The Eastern question, whether the Ottoman fading empire as a great power, people have been considering referring to this once great nation as the sick men of Europe. Nationalism and revolts in the empire's non-Turkish provinces are growing concerns to the Ottoman state, and coupled with the relative backwardness of the empire in comparison to the states of Western Europe, many now seem to believe the empire's demise is only a question of time. Furthermore, the reputed harsh treatment of Christians in the Ottoman state has led the Russian Empire declaring itself the protector of Eastern Christendom. Should we accept the Russian encroachments on Ottoman authority? So they have to renounce the title, and I gain prestige, and they get pissed off. We have other concerns. They must renounce it, so I gain that, and they have refused. They refuse to renounce it. We have a legitimate CB on them, and a victorious war against them will cause them to lose the title. But all that is a They are also oh no, they're actually at war with the French. Oh, hell yeah. We're their allies. No one important. We could declare war on them pretty soon then. When does my war deck end? Not war deck, when my CB ends. Okay, it appears to have disappeared. No, I have it. It's just... Okay, that's weird. Well, we'll see what happens. So yeah, this is a very easy war. Oh, no. Why, those are Jacobin rebels. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay. God damn it. All right. The key thing is to stop them getting Madrid. Are you gonna take any lands away from the US since you're when we're at war with them? I will indeed be taking US lands if possible, yes. So this is gonna suck, because there's a lot of rebels now. They just kind of materialized, which isn't great, but... See, our allies are basically doing this for us, which is great. And we have killed the Madrid section, which is good, We need to wipe out as many rebels as exist. God damn. What is this crap, man? What is this crap? Oh, and I can't buy any of these Clipper convoys. Why can't I buy Clipper convoys? What is going on? No, go here. What? Go there. Fine. Jesus. Oh, God. We're gonna have to mobilize. Oh, God. Oh, man, they're actually gonna fight me. Look at this. Luckily, they get obliterated. Look at this crap, man. Can I... Oh my god, like no troops get sent back. They have no strength, they'll never repair. Oh my god. Oh, so these troops are trapped here, I can never help them. Oh no. I just have to hope that the mobilization saves the day. Good. This is the thing, they're getting dig-in and terrain penalties. So I'm winning. And I'm able to just keep throwing infantry at the front line, thanks to mobilization. It's gonna kill me in the long run, but there's nothing else I can do. Here they come, here come more. That's fine, because they need the capital. For the rebels to win, they need the capital. That's it, we've won. Yeah, we've won this now. Thank God. Peace offer from Colombia. They become a puppet of the Kingdom of Spain. Yeah! Oh, whoa, that's added to... Why'd that get added to Spanish Nueva España? What the shit? Whatever. Not 100% sure on that, but alright. It just made a massive country. That was not exactly what I wanted to do, but you know, whatever. Whatever. Wait, you're my ally, aren't you? Oh no, it's made a different country. They're different. This is Nueva España. And this is Nueva Granada. There we go. There's two different countries. They just, for some reason, the title goes over both of them. Don't really understand why. That's okay. Nice. So that's pretty good. Now we just need to make sure these rebels get beaten. Which they should do quite easily. Where are they going? Toledo? Okay, you go there. Well, we managed to beat them thanks to mobilization. We mobilized the entire populace to fight them off. Shit, what's this? Kingdom of Sardinia and two Sicilies are fighting each other. Oh, shit. I think I need to keep two Sicilies. Sardinia is not that interesting. It's the Sicilian War of Genoese Freedom. Two Sicilies against Sardinia. I will join Two Sicilies. I have now assumed leadership. Help Piedmont back to Genoa from the Kingdom of Sardinia. Oh, damn. Look at that. And UK has intervened in the Crimean War. Call ally. I agree. Okay, instant peace. Sure. Why not? I think we're looking good. In terms of being able to fight this. Get over there. There you go. Now we're looking good. All right, the next episode, we'll see what we can do with trying to advance the good cause and get down some infamy a little bit as well. Maybe wait a few years and wait for our infamy to decline. Do be sure to leave me a like and a comment on this video. Let me think it's serious so far. I was Aldrahill, continuing to be this Victoria too. Bye-bye.